Thank you for joining us. This is Mature Living, and I'm Mary Yanez, Director of the Senior Adult Program. We have a wonderful program planned out for you. We're going to be interviewing Grace Ortiz, who's not a stranger to this show. She's also sat on this chair as a host whenever I'm not around, and I really appreciate the wonderful co-hosts that I've selected over the years. Grace Ortiz is one of them. Of course, Yvette Lugo is another one with Area Agency on Aging, and also Rosalba Hernandez from the County Nutrition Program. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for inviting me today,
It's
Mary.
always good to see you, and we have so much to talk about.
We always do.
You wear a lot of hats. You wear a lot of hats, including the Mature Living one, but also as an instructor of our Senior Adult Program. Tell me a little bit about the class that you teach. Registration's coming up May the 6th. People can register all through May, and the classes will start in June.
Yes, but I take the summer off, but I will be teaching again in the fall.
Okay, in the fall.
But I just want everyone to know that we have a great class. It's called Getting Older Doesn't Have to Be Hard. And, you know, I learn from my students. Every semester, I learn from my students, and I know that they learn from me. And we talk about topics that really affect them. We talk about adult protective services, hoarding, how to get them healthy, 6 dimensions of well-being, how to be positive. I want them to be positive seniors. And then I organize them. I teach them, let's organize your life. And we do actually 2 classes, part 1 and part 2, about organizing their life from your home to medical to end of life to whatever it is.
Important papers.
Important papers. And we also talk about legal matters. That's a tough subject because
and I
they don't like it.
That really legal matters is very important. Also, when you have to give up your car keys. Oh my gosh, that's so hard.
Giving up your car keys. And you know, I ask them, how many have a will? And I always see that look like, oh,
I haven't done it.
And they all talk about it and they say, well, I don't want to do it because if I do it, I'm going to pass away.
No.
And it's like, no, I just need you to be ready. Protect yourself, your assets, your family from anything, and be ready for what comes.
And you have guest speakers, which is wonderful. But got to get to the real reason you're here, aside that you're going to be teaching in the fall, not in the summer. Okay, so tell me a little bit about Adult Protective Service. What is Adult Protective? APS, we call it.
So it's a state agency that investigates cases of abuse, neglect, and exploitation for anybody age 65 or older and persons with disabilities from 18 to 64. We have a really bad stigma, Miss Mary, because no nos quieren. They get really scared. And I want you to know, don't be scared. We're here to help. We want to help. If you call in a case, you never know. We might be able to help you with paying a bill, getting a medication for you, being able to get you medical equipment, whatever it is. We want to help you so you can live at home with dignity and respect.
And that's what most people want, is to grow old in place, right?
In their house, absolutely.
As long as possible. Now, you know, there's some things happening, and I know this is May, but we definitely want to, tell the people what's up in June, what's coming up.
So June is Elder Abuse Awareness Month, and the whole month we try to raise awareness. It's the color purple, and so every year I'm really proud to say that this is our 15th year, Miss Mary, of doing our Crimes Against the Elderly Conference, and we're adding Partnering to Protect because we have a new way of doing things. Our goal is to teach the community that we're going to partner with everybody in the community to help take care of you and have you stay at home with dignity and respect.
And that's what every senior citizen, as we grow older, will want, is to be taken care of, or someone that takes an interest in our livelihood, in our care, right? And that's what APS is about.
This year at the conference, our Partnering to Protect conference, we're going back to basics.
Okay.
We're going to talk about all the local resources. So what if I need a provider? You're going to know what to do. What if I need probate court guardianship? You're going to know what to do.
How about a meal at home?
We're going to have what if general assistance. So Ms. Rosalba will be one of our speakers. So I just want you to know you can come and you'll know now who to turn to in the community to get the help that you need.
Do you think we can get a little one page with providers and contact information as a little handout? Maybe that's a little too much to ask, but a card.
Something that shows
simple,
what
a
if.
handout.
Maybe we could work on that, but it is for June. And the day is June the 13th. It's a Thursday, it's a weekday. It's going to be at the college, EPCC 9050 Viscount, Building A, the conference room. We're going to have vendors, exhibitors, like 41, I think, all on services for seniors. We're going to have free lunch. We're going to have breakfast for you. We have door prizes. It's a day of learning. We want you to come comfortable. Know you're going to be here with us the whole day. We're going to make it as fun as possible, but it's a day of learning, and we need to learn.
And you know, if we do design a card or a bookmark, front and back, I would love to sponsor that and get the printing done.
Oh, wonderful.
If you can provide all of these resources.
Let's work on
and
it.
they can have it in one card by their telephone.
Absolutely. Let's work on that.
Okay, we'll work on that.
So important. And
So
then
speakers.
Speakers, like I mentioned, it's going to be probate court. We're going to have area agency on aging, general assistance, adult protective services, all of them, amistad, but it's all about resources in the community. Since COVID, I think we lost touch with what's out there for us and who can we reach out to? How can I get the help we need? And there are so many out there. We got to do it together.
And that's why you titled it, what is it? That
Partnering to protect. Crimes against the elderly, partnering to protect. Because
partnering to protect.
We have to do that.
That's awesome. That is so awesome. And I'm so glad we're always a part of it. We always have a table at your conference. And where's it going to be?
At the El Paso Community College Administrative Services Building, Building A, 9050 Viscount, and it's going to be the conference room.
And the date?
June the 13th, 2024, from 8 to 4:30.
So we need to be there at 8 o'clock?
If you can, earlier because of parking.
Yes.
And
what date does that fall on?
It falls on a Thursday. And I want everybody to know that they can go to eventbrite.com, just put in the title, and you can register and get your ticket so that we can make sure you get lunch.
Anything else, highlights on that conference?
We're really excited. It's been going on for 15 years, and every year we try to make it bigger and better. And so we're really happy that we've made it to our 15th anniversary.
And that's a quinceañera year.
Yes, it is. It's our
Maybe
quince.
we can do a little something. We don't have to wear our prom dresses.
No, but we can do something fun. And again, it's all about learning.
Do we want to wear purple that day?
I ask everybody wear purple on June the 15th. That's World Elder Abuse Awareness Day.
Everybody.
And that's a Saturday. But on the 14th, if you work for an agency, talk to all your partners in the agency and let's wear purple. Take a picture, send it my way, because we want to highlight everybody that is for our cause and supports us for our cause.
So what can we do, to make sure that this is a success and that El Paso is contributing in many, many ways? Is there anything else?
I do ask the community that if you're going to attend, bring a donation to the Silver Room, Miss Mary. We have a Silver Room full of donations. We're looking at incontinence supplies this year because it's really in high demand. If you can, bring us a package. If you can, a toiletry item. We want to be able to keep that room full and be able to make a difference in the community for those individuals who need it.
And those products that we provide, chanclitas or new things, socks, things that we know that our elders love, maybe a little batita, that we might have bought and didn't give it to whoever.
You can donate that.
And of course, the adult,
incontinence supplies, yes.
Underwear.
And bring them. That's the way you can get in.
How do you distribute, or who gets these things?
So everything comes through me, and then we inventory, and we try to keep a record of it. But I am going to tell you, we have so many APS clients, and that's who we focus on.
Yes.
And they're very neglected, and they can't afford to buy incontinence supplies or shampoo or toothpaste or a toothbrush. They've had the same toothbrush for 25 years.
Yes, no.
And you're like, no, we need to get you better, help you out. And why can't you make it every month? And so we're there. Our room is there. So our APS staff, they get those items from our room, our little closet, and they put a gift bag together and they send it to our clients.
Oh, wonderful. And of course, you also belong to the Silver Star board.
We have an amazing board. There's 12 members. They really support our mission. Mary, you're one of the board members. Actually, everybody doesn't know you're one of the founding board members. Been on for 20 years.
That's how long
It's 20 years. It's happy anniversary. And so
many anniversaries.
We have worked very hard together to make this agency what it is. And this board is very active. You all are so active. and you all are always trying to make a difference somewhere, whether it's at the homeless shelter or out in Fabian's having cookouts, but we're always doing something.
In Canutillo as well.
In Canutillo, because why? Seniors are important, and we need to show them a little more love, and that's what we do. We try to
Very
make a
good.
difference in their lives.
So we need to know when someone needs help, right?
So I want everybody to know that, you know, if you're not sure where you can help, I'm going to tell everybody it starts with you, and you can start with that. What can you do? It starts with you. What can you do? One is get involved. Start talking to your families who are seniors, friends, neighbors, relatives, whatever it is. Make sure they're okay. Ask those questions.
What are the questions?
How are you? What's going on? You know, I'm seeing that you're declining. What's happening? Do you need a doctor? Do you need medications? What can I do for you? And then they'll tell you, well, you know, I'm not making ends meet, or I haven't been able to do this, or I can't pay for this medication. You can call Adult Protective Services and make a difference there. Absolutely.
And you have so many partners that will be able to help in many, many different ways.
We can buy medications, utility assistance, pay for rent, convert a bathroom.
Oh.
Sometimes it's just a little thing. Let's get you some toiletry items and see where we can help some more for you. And if you're not sure who to call, you can always call Adult Protective Services. 1-800-252-5400. Call in a case you're not doing anything wrong when you're doing that. Make a difference. You can call.
Very good.
We're here to
and
help.
we're going to learn a lot at the Crimes Against the Elderly conference.
Yes, ma'am.
How to protect ourselves through partnerships, and where can they, of course, Eventbrite to register.
Eventbrite.com.
If they want more information, maybe they want a table. You know, maybe they're an exhibitor. Maybe they want to give you a contribution to help pay for the meal.
So
or whatever.
you can always call me 915-667-0206, or my email, Graciela, Graciela.Ortiz, ORTIZ, @dfps.texastx.com. We're to help. We're here to help. We want to make a difference, and we love to see everybody there. Come and join us. It's a day of learning.
Any last message that you want to give our community, our viewers?
Don't forget, June is Elder Abuse Awareness Month. Get a little bit involved to help a senior, and together we can make a difference.
Even if you get a family to go clean a yard
Something.
for your neighbor that has, you know, is elderly and can't do her yard.
Can't pull those weeds out. You can
Rake
do that for
those
them.
leaves.
There you go.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we've been talking with Grace Ortiz, who is with Adult Protective Services, community engagement a specialist, and also a co-host here on Mature Living every so often when I need her. Thank you so much, and great success on your conference.
Thank you.
Very good. And we'll see you all in a little bit. I have another guest.
In 4 days. There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children. She didn't know what to do.
Did you have a good day at school?
She gave them some broth without any bread.
There you go.
And kissed them all soundly
Night night.
Good night. And put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
Well, thank you for staying with us here on Mature Living. We have another guest that we want to interview this afternoon so that we can highlight. She is the owner of the Caring Companions program, which we're going to learn all about. Aimee Minjarez as a young owner. For 14 years, I believe it's been around serving this community and serving the elders here in this community. Thank you for being with us, Aimee.
Thank you, Mary, for having me.
This is your first time to visit Mature Living, right?
It is.
Okay, well, it was good seeing you at one of our
Thank
local
you.
events. And when you told me that you were the owner of Caring Companions, I was so interested. And I said, I've got to invite her so that our community also can learn about your program.
Thank you, Miss
and
Mary.
your
I
business.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about yourself, a little background of, where you studied. And
Sure. So I am a marketing major and business development manager by trade. I graduated from the University of Phoenix. And the way I got into this industry is somewhat providential. I was recruited, I was working at the United Way, and I was recruited by a franchise to become their director of marketing. I knew nothing about the senior care industry,
wow.
but I was intrigued. And what I did know and what was close to home was helping those with a disability. My mother is disabled. She's a paraplegic. So I grew up helping her with some of her ADLs, although she's very self-sufficient. I did grow up assisting her with some of her ADLs. So this really came naturally to me. And there's going to be a point in our lives where we're all going to need help, right? Whether it be showering or helping dressing or simple reminders such as taking your medication or providing meal preparation.
You know, that's a beautiful personal story that now I know why. Now I know why Aimee Minjarez decided to become an owner and to start the Senior Companions program. That's beautiful, and there's that connection, and then I see that passion, because you do have a family member that has required that,
all her life.
since you were little.
Individuals prefer to stay home,
Yes.
right? And if we have the choice to keep our loved ones at home, that is the best route for them. And that's where you can really dictate their day-to-day activities. They're not bound to or to some restrictions, right? Or to a schedule where they have to wake up at a certain time and bathe at a certain time. And so here they get to age in place in their home. So anywhere from providing transportation to the doctors, helping them get dressed, helping them with the bathing, medication reminders, providing meal preparation, which is very important. Most of our elderly population, they start to lose weight, they decline rapidly because they can't really they can't cook anymore.
Yes.
So meals is a big deal. So those are some of the things that we do provide, some of the services that we provide. And also, we do provide a higher acuity of care for those who are bedbound, who require a Hoyer lift, total care, which would be feeding assistance. So anywhere from a lower level of care to a higher level of care.
That's interesting because I think most of the organizations, the programs that provide that are state institutions,
That's a good question.
assisted
That's a
living
good point.
institutions, and but this is at home, and that's
This
what
is
makes
at
it so
home.
special. Do we need a referral if someone is interested in getting this kind of care? How do they contact you, or where?
Sure. So that's a very good question. We do not provide Medicaid care or services, but there is another program for those who cannot afford the service. So our service is strictly private pay, or can be paid by long-term care. Or if you're a veteran, the VA does provide and will provide the benefit for our veterans. So we do service our veteran population as well. So with Caring Companions, it is strictly private pay, but there are other resources if you cannot afford the care.
And do you, when you interview the family or the recipient of these wonderful services, is that where that comes out in your interview? What kinds of questions do you need to know to be able to help someone?
Sure, so that's a very good question. Upon the call, that's where we ask certain questions. if they'll immediately let us know if they can't afford the care, and we'll try to redirect them, whether it be giving them the number to the Area Agency on Aging,
Yes.
which is a great resource for our community. If we're able to help them, we answer certain questions that they may have, such as what are the ailments of the loved one? What are their needs? What side of the city do they live in, right? Because we want to provide a caregiver that's close to their home. So there's multiple factors that go into the interview process. Once we decide that this is a good candidate for the program, then I will personally conduct the assessment, and then I go down a care plan, which is a comprehensive assessment of the needs of the individual, as well as functional limitations, mental status, etc.
What has been one of the success stories of some of the people that have come through your program that you just delight about?
Well, you know, there's many. There's two that I'm going to explain because they're both different. One is a person who wants to die at home. They're at the hospital, but they want to come home. And so to be able to come home and provide the care with dignity and respect until they're called home, to us, that's beautiful. To me, that's beautiful to be able to be a part of that, right? But then there's the other part where we provide services, we assist them with some of the ambulation that's needed. The physical therapist will dictate, you know, certain regimen. We follow that regimen, and then I call graduate, where they no longer need our care.
Wow.
Because they've gotten better, they've improved.
Yes.
And the beauty of that is that when they do need us again, they will call us back.
Oh, so you've made friends forever.
Exactly, and that is our slogan. You know, we're providing care, building relationships.
Absolutely. That's a beautiful slogan. Now, you've got to have some employees that are very compassionate, caring, as your title says, caring companions. Mm-hmm. Tell me about your employees. How many do you have? And sometimes people might be looking, maybe a caring person that would like to work in this field.
Sure. So, of course, home care is a business, right? But it does take heart and compassion. And we are in a position where we can service and serve the most vulnerable population. And so we are looking for dedicated caregivers who they've decided that this would be their vocation. They love what they do. They have a compassion for the elderly. You have to have compassion for the elderly.
Absolutely.
And we are hiring. We're looking for wonderful caregivers who are willing to come on board and provide that care that we expect of our employees.
Where are you located? It really doesn't make a difference because they'll be calling you, they'll be emailing you, somehow they'll get a hold of you. But if someone wants to visit your office or drop by, where are you located?
Sure. So we are located at 7326 Remcon Circle, and we're located inside a building called The Workplace. It's a co-working space. And so even though we're on the west side, we travel everywhere, everywhere that's considered El Paso County.
Very good. You brought some folders. And
I did.
Tell me about your materials that people can pick up, and where can they see them? Maybe you drop them off.
Absolutely. They can always call us, and we can always mail a brochure if needed. They can stop by and pick one up, and if they need me to deliver one, then I can do that as well.
Wonderful. Okay. There's a lot of information there about transportation and transitioning. And,
absolutely.
And is it a family affair, a family decision sometimes when you just don't speak to the client? But is it good to have?
Absolutely. You know, what we sometimes see is clients who are alone. They're alone. We become their family. They don't have family members. But in the case where there are family members, it's always a joy to see that they're involved with their loved one. Because oftentimes the elderly feel isolated. They feel alone. They feel like they've been abandoned. So if they don't have a family member, then we want to be that for our clients. Absolutely.
But you mentioned long-term care. Those are insurances, right?
Those are insurances.
Tell me how that works.
So that's a good question. So I'm not an insurance agent, but I can just tell you a little bit of what I know. Long-term care it's a very expensive policy, by the way.
It is.
Okay, it is very expensive. And the problem is that sometimes when the elderly person already needs the care, they're already at the age where it's not going to be affordable at all.
Yes.
So long-term care would cover the services if they obtained a policy in their earlier years.
Yes. And I think you're right. It's an expensive insurance addition to whatever.
It's great to have if you obtained it at an early age where it was more affordable, right? It'll pay off in the long run. But if you don't have one and you've reached 80 years old and now want to obtain one, that might be a little bit difficult.
There must be something I haven't asked yet that you may want to mention. I've expanded my little questions. Is there something else that you need to share with our community that I haven't asked?
Be compassionate, be patient with the elderly. We are all going to be there one day, right? Do unto others as you would want to do unto you. And I think that we need to live by that golden rule. We need to be kind to each other.
Yes, and you know, your mother raised a beautiful daughter.
Thank you. Thank you.
To be so compassionate and to think about serving the elderly community, the frail community, the community that is not healthy, but have worked, have contributed to this great community here in El Paso. And then now they deserve to be treated with respect and dignity.
Absolutely.
And to honor them. And this is your business. This is the business that you started. I congratulate you,
Ms.
and I
Mary.
wish you well.
Thank you.
And we hope we get a lot of clients that need your services.
Yes, thank you. And if you have any other questions, you can always call us at 915-307-6103.
Yes, and did we mention your location on Remcon?
Yes, we're on Remcon on the west side.
And we're going to mention the email. It's a long email, but you'll see it in your monitor there on your TV set.
Yes, so that email is Minjarez with a Z, Minjarez with a Z, at caringcompanions, plural, EP.com.
Very good. So I'm going to try that email because
Thank you.
I always forget the S on the companions.
That's right.
Caring Companions. We've been talking with Aimee Minjarez, who's the owner of Caring Companions, and we hope you give her a call if you need her services. And thank you for joining us. We'll see you all next week.